Deep beneath the ruins of an ancient castle, Shrek awoke to find himself shackled to a slimy wall. The air smelled worse than his own swamp after an onion feast, and the only light came from flickering torches mounted on the damp stone walls. "All right, which wise guy thought it'd be a good idea to lock up an ogre?" he grumbled, yanking at the rusty chains. They creaked but held firm. A tiny voice cackled from the shadows. "You fell into my trap, oaf." Shrek squinted. Out of the darkness emerged a pint-sized sorcerer named Mortimer the Mediocre, wearing a robe 2 sizes too big and a hat that flopped over his eyes. "Listen here, Shrimpy," Shrek said, rattling his chains. "I don't have time for your nonsense." "Lemma out before I turn your hat into a toilet seat," Mortimer huffed. "You will stay here forever, ogre. Your stench alone is powerful enough to keep my enemies away. You are now my ultimate dungeon guardian." Shrek rolled his eyes. "Oh great, I always wanted to be an unpaid security guard." Just then, a scurrying noise echoed through the corridor. A group of misfit prisoners, an unlucky knight, a talking chicken, and a rogue raccoon named Ricky appeared at the bars of a nearby cell. "Psst, big green guy. Help us escape, and we'll help you," Ricky whispered, twirling a stolen keyring. Shrek grinned. "All right, but I ain't carrying anybody." With a mighty flex, he ripped the chains from the wall, sending dust and mold flying. The dungeon trembled from the impact, and Mortimer yelped as he toppled into a bucket of old fish guts. The knight, chicken, and raccoon scrambled to unlock their cells, and together they charged down the corridor, dodging Mortimer's half-hearted fireballs. As they reached a massive iron door, Shrek slammed his shoulder against it. The door burst open straight into a pit of bubbling green sludge. Ricky groaned. "Ugh, what is that?" Shrek sniffed. "Smells like home." With no time to waste, Shrek grabbed a wooden plank, tossing it across the pit to make a wobbly bridge. Everyone scampered across except for the chicken, who flapped wildly and landed in Shrek's arms. Finally, they reached a rickety staircase leading to daylight. As they emerged into the fresh air, Mortimer's distant cries echoed from below. "You haven't seen the last of me, ogre." Shrek stretched, taking a deep breath. Ah, freedom! He turned to his new companions. "All right, I'm off to my swamp. You weirdos take care." The knight bowed, Ricky gave a thumbs up, and the chicken laid an egg in Shrek's boot. "Ah, great," he muttered, shaking it out. "Just another day in paradise." And with that Shrek stomped off, leaving behind a very confused chicken and an angry fish-gut-covered sorcerer plotting his not-so-epic revenge.